Welcome back, Melissa here from Morgans Off the Leash. I did a series on this channel with Meet the Morgans from Outdoors with the Morgans, and now I'm up. So
it's her turn.
Mike.
And I'll be the one asking the questions.
Mike is going to ask questions, and I asked on our social media the other day for Outdoors with the Morgans if anyone had any particular questions. So you guys did, and that stays up on our story for 24 hours, so I was able to get a lot of questions, and I wrote them down, so I brought some along, and we'll see how we...
So while we're in the truck, we'll do some basic questions about your childhood and stuff, and then when we get back to the house, we'll go over some of the ones that people sent in and some of the ones that the kids had. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right, so number one, how old are you?
50.
50 years old. All right. How many siblings did you have?
I have... I'm the second oldest. There was 4 of us, and my older brother passed away. So I have a younger sister and a younger brother.
All right. What was your favorite sport to play in high school?
I played basketball. That was...
You played basketball?
Yep. I still like to play basketball. It's Mike's least favorite.
Yeah, I was never any good at basketball for some reason. I don't know.
I didn't say I was good. I just liked to play it.
Well, you played on the high school team though, right?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy any other sports?
I always liked being outdoors and doing things. Organized sports was probably just, I played some softball, but I like the individual working out. Yeah. And the gym I go to offers, CrossFit.
But you didn't get real serious about working out until, what, 10 years ago, maybe?
Yeah.
About 10 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but I always like to walk and run and be outdoors.
Have you always been thin?
I have.
She has.
This is actually the biggest I've ever been.
And you're not very big. She can eat anything, but she actually does tons of stuff all the time. She's always active, but you've always been pretty thin.
Yeah, it's catching up with me.
You're way more muscular now than when we met.
Right, it's pretty...
When we met, you're
pretty thin.
You're skinny, like just skinny. Now you've got a lot more muscle.
Yeah, let's call it that. Yeah, but I was born and raised in this area. My parents still live in the house that I was born and raised in, and I've never really moved. My parents live probably 10, 12 miles from us, and it's a different school district, but never really moved away. Never had a story to tell about, when we lived in Costa Rica, or...
I don't want to interrupt, but right there beside us,
yeah, that's
where Melissa and I met, right there. Maybe we'll show you that on the way back.
On the way back, if that would be a good idea.
I was sitting right here, looked over there, and I was like, whoa, who's that? She was working in a pizza shop, had this giant 80s hair in there. I was like, wow, check her out.
Yep.
So I started ordering 4-cut pizzas, like one every other night, and trying to meet her. And but yeah, that's where we met, right there.
Pepperoni and mushrooms.
Pepperoni and mushrooms on a 4-cut pizza. That's what I'd get. Yeah, so that's how we met. Like you said, she went to a different school than I did. It's about 15 miles from ours, the one that I went to. And how many years did we date before we got married? 2?
I think like 4.
4 years? I don't even remember.
I was 22 when we got married.
So you're 22, I was like 25-ish.
Yeah.
Huh. Anything else you want to mention about your childhood before we wrap this section up?
My favorite memory from my childhood?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you that.
I have a couple. For Christmas, I got Mork and Mindy suspenders and roller skates. No. That was one of my favorite.
Mork and Mindy.
My older brother and I always, we exchanged gifts with all of our siblings, but my older brother and I always gave each other Slinkies for Christmas, and it was so fun. He would get his all tangled, and then he would take mine. But, yeah, and then I probably should tell this story on Outdoors with the Morgans, but my parents had an above ground swimming pool for probably 5-6 years before it was just, time to get rid of it. But they had a pole ladder that they were rusty and they wanted to sand it down. So they give me this drill with a wire brush on the end of it, and I'm trying to use this to get all the rust off the ladder. I didn't have my first haircut till I was 12, so I had long hair down past my butt. No kidding. I'm doing the sanding with the drill wire brush thing on it. I turned my head and that thing caught my hair and rolled up to my head.
Is that when you got your first haircut?
No, actually, my mom and dad both sat for hours. We sat to get that out, and a lot of it had broke off and was not so great. But yeah, that's a memory. So when everyone's commenting in videos on Outdoors with the Morgans about be careful, keep your hair back, listen, I know.
You've been there.
Me. I know, I've been there. That's right.
All right. Well, I think that's a good first segment right there. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will report back when we get back to the house and continue with some more questions for Melissa Morgan.
Sounds good. So we're back at the house now. Clean clothes.
You have clean clothes. I don't have clean clothes. Melissa got her hair done, by the way. Doesn't it look nice?
Yeah.
So do you want to resume these questions?
Yes.
So I have a few from Hannah.
Okay.
From daughter Hannah. She's asking, who's your favorite child? I know you're not going to answer that one.
All of them.
All of them. All right. What annoys you the most?
I know the answer to this.
There goes Hunter.
When Hunter walks in front of me and the camera's on. A wet towel in the bathroom or the bedroom.
I've been responsible for that a time or two. Especially when I like hang it over the bedpost and it's a wet towel. She does not like that one bit.
And the air conditioning being like our house is a meat locker.
It is. Right now it's 90 some degrees out and it is just beautiful in there. Okay, next question. If you could live anywhere else, where would it be?
I don't really know. I've lived here my whole life, so...
You like it here, huh?
I do like it here. I'm going to take a guess. I think I would like to move to Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Because Dolly Parton lives there.
You like Dolly Parton?
I love Dolly Parton.
What is your biggest regret?
Oh boy. You know, just things. Yeah. I think we all have those regrets, you know, shouldn't have said that to that person, shouldn't have done that.
Melissa doesn't have much of a filter.
I don't.
She just says things.
And then I ponder them later going, ugh, I shouldn't have pulled out in front of that guy that flipped me off. Now he has the YouTube channel, he knows where to go.
All right, here's some questions from Levi. What is something that was always a dream of yours?
To be a mom.
There goes Hunter again.
And to be a grandma.
You got both of them now.
That's right.
If you could have any guest alive in a video, who would it be?
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton?
Yeah.
All right.
Wouldn't it be great? Dolly Parton, if you watch this, contact me.
Melissa's always liked Dolly Parton. Just her personality, and she's always so upbeat,
yeah.
I guess.
And she says things the way it is and makes no excuses.
Here's a good question from Levi. What is one habit that you believe make everyone's day better?
Smiling.
Smiling, yeah. Melissa always smiles. Ever since I first met her, she's always smiles.
I believe it's something that it helps the other person. Well, nowadays, you have to get a mask with a smile on it. But yeah, it's good for you and it's good for the other person.
Right. In the last 12 months, is there anything new that you've grown to love or appreciate that maybe you didn't before? That's easy.
Yeah. Being a grandma, I love grandson Ty.
Yeah, Ty's what now, 9 months old?
Yeah.
9 months old. He's put together.
Oh, he's like a sandbag.
He's
crawling now, so he's just so fun. It is a lot of fun to be a grandma, and I just love it. But I also say in the last 5 months of this pandemic, I think I've learned more about my family, and I see them in a different light, which is a good light. And
yeah, I actually think it brought us closer.
I agree.
Can you open that up? Yeah, I think the events over the last several months has brought us closer. Not everyone's out running around as much and stuff, and I don't know. Okay, next question. Who was your first pet as a married couple?
Oh, Jake. We had a golden retriever. We got him on leap year.
Yeah, right.
And he was the best.
He was a great dog.
He lived to be 16, and he knew from when Hunter was a baby, when we had Hunter, that he slept on his bed, made sure he didn't fall off when he was in a toddler bed. And
Yeah.
followed him around the yard, knew to keep him like almost like a herding dog. You know, he wanted to keep him
Yeah.
in the yard. And
remember when Hunter would cry, he would,
oh yeah,
he'd like looking around for someone to do something.
yeah, yeah.
What is a skill that you know little about but would like to learn?
Cooking. No.
Woodworking, huh?
I would love to build furniture. And
Should love to be a woodworker. Here's Archie down
or
here.
even turning, being a wood turner. I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about this one? What motivates you?
You know, and the questions that we got from social media, people have been sending us, that was one of the questions was what inspires you? So similar, what motivates you? You know what? You learn from your mistakes and your past, and you need to move forward and don't continue to make those mistakes, you know? And I've been sad, and I've been not motivated. I've been probably teeter-tottered on depression in the past, and being able to get out of that, I knew not to tempt myself to get back in it. And so that's looking at the positive. Even if you have to pray for it, I do. I pray that I can see the good in people. I pray that I can see the good in situations. And that just continues to make me happy and feel joy, so I continue it on the next day.
Good. Now these are some questions from Eva. These are pretty simple ones. What's your favorite color?
Yellow and black.
Yellow and black. All right. What is your favorite food?
I love steak and pizza. But if you're asking my favorite candy, I'm going to say the whole aisle of candy. I like Swedish fish,
Yeah.
candy bars.
What is your favorite thing to do? So like right now, if you could do anything you wanted right now, what would it be?
Play with the dogs, walk the dogs.
That's your favorite thing to do. There goes Hunter.
I do. I like to be outside, and I like to be with the dogs. They bring me joy.
How about
Or working out. That's another thing I like to do.
if there's one thing you've learned as a parent, what has it been?
Ooh. Never say never. Oh, my kid would never do that.
We've been very fortunate with our kids.
Yeah.
We really have. We joke about it, but there's a lot of troubles in the world and stuff, and we've had great kids.
Yeah.
What is your greatest accomplishment in life? Did I ask you that?
Being a mom.
Yeah.
No, you asked me what I wanted to.
Being a mom?
Yeah. Being a mom.
Yeah, she's a great mother and a great wife. A lot of people joke around for years, have told me that I'm married up, and I'm like, no kidding. I get it. You know what I mean? And that's always been a joke, but I definitely have married up with Melissa. She's a fantastic mother, fantastic wife, and she's a worker, and she's always staying busy. She's not just laying around doing she's always doing something, and that's one of the many things I appreciate about her.
Thanks, Mike.
Now you have some questions from...
Yeah. Did the pups like the fireworks?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't mind them. Rue, he's happy chewing on the bone and sleeps under my bed, so he'll go under my bed and he's fine with that.
Right.
Archie, yeah, he didn't seem to mind them.
Archie didn't care at all.
And then Piper, we put her in her crate. She just works on drama. So she wants, what's wrong? She wants someone to ask her and hype it up a little. And she pants, but she wouldn't run away.
Okay, somebody asked, how are you so positive all the time? And you are.
Well, I wasn't always. So I think you got to learn from your mistakes. You got to get out of the, Buck and Billy Ray's moms talked about being in the ditch. And we loved that.
Oh, yeah.
So Buck and please pass on to your mom. I totally could relate. I think she was referring to when she was drinking. I never drank. But guess what? I think we've all been in a ditch a time or two. And so once you get out of the ditch, you want to make sure you don't get back into the ditch. So it's just making right choices. I feel that being honest, being kind, being true to who you are, it's who I am, and that brings me happiness. So I want to continue doing that.
Someone wants to know, have you gotten quicker with video and editing since starting YouTube?
Maybe by a few seconds.
Maybe by a few seconds.
Not very. If Mike helps me, I'm super duper quick.
Super fast then. All right, what states have you visited, Melissa?
We drove out west, so we've been through the ones from here to Colorado, Idaho, Montana. I like them all. I love the West.
Yeah, we've been through the Dakotas, everything from here to Idaho, and south to Colorado, Utah, and then we've been down south too, into Florida. There's probably a few states you haven't been to, but
I'd like to go up to the New England states.
You never been up there?
Well, when you worked in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I worked in New Hampshire for a while. But yeah, she's been doing several different, a lot of them, more than she hasn't. How has YouTube changed you? Pros and cons.
This is a really good question. I like this question because you know what I like to tell people? YouTube has served as a central point of all sorts of things. Positive things for our family. We all have jobs, so we have a weekly meeting. We go over, hey, don't do that again. Definitely do this. People like this. I think it's brought us together as a family.
But I don't think it's changed you.
I don't think it's changed me or Mike. I think that's a pro. So the con would be, while my eyes are open to anybody sitting at a keyboard that can type whatever they want. That's, wow, that's opened my eyes. But it's also, back to the pros, it's opened my eyes to so many good people out there.
There are. It's unbelievable. Archie, now. All right, next question should be probably for me, but they're asking you, why does grandson Ty hate me?
Because he has glasses and...
Yeah, he started off a little afraid of me, and then he came around for a while.
He was happy.
And now I can make him smile and laugh, and then he catches himself, and he's like, no, I don't like you, and then he gets mad again. But he'll come around here sooner or later.
Kids do that.
Yeah, it's funny. How long has fitness been part of your life? Does it come easy? Do you struggle?
Yeah, so I've always been, in my intro I was saying I played basketball in high school and some softball and loved just being out walking, running. I've always been doing fitness. That's actually...
But you got more serious about the last 10 years, I think.
Yeah. The struggle, it's a struggle. I'm always at the bottom of the board. And if you put your scores in to see where you rate with the rest of the class in the CrossFit gym, I'm at the bottom. I'm not a fast runner. I don't lift heavy compared to a lot of the other people.
But you're 50. There's a lot of people there a lot younger.
Right. But that's okay. To me, it's not a competition. Maybe it is to those people, and that keeps them motivated and keeps them going. I just enjoy it. It makes me feel good. And yeah, mentally it's not a struggle, but physically I can struggle.
Okay, next question. Do you think the channel has brought the family closer together?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
Absolutely. It's been a positive central force that we can all focus on. Everyone has things they're good at and has jobs to do, and it's been good.
Next question is, did you spend time, I can answer this one, did you spend a lot of time helping with firewood before the channel? That's what's neat about both the channels. She's always helped with everything. We just make videos on what we do and what we've always done.
Yeah. Yeah, but I remember going with my dad as a young girl, and he would be going to so-and-so that had a tree fall over and cut up the tree and help him load it in the truck, and yeah, so I did firewood as a kid.
What style boots do you wear? Who makes them?
Oh, they're Ariat boots, and I can put a link in the bio. So what's called
in the description.
Description.
Yeah. When did you move to the outdoors, and where are you from?
Yeah, I cover that in the intro. My parents don't live too far from here, so it's about like 10, 12 miles. We've always lived in the country, and we bought this place in 93.
Yeah, I think it was 93. I always get comments.
Mike has a video on that.
I get comments on Outdoors with the Morgans sometimes from people, you know, typical city people move to the country or something. I never ever lived in a city. I couldn't live in a city, but I never did. We never lived in a plan. And when we first got married, we had a little apartment in town for a few months.
Yeah, probably 6 months. Maybe.
6 months. And but yeah, that was it. Next one. What is your favorite thing to do around the homestead?
Oh, well, I love walking the trails, but if you mean work.
I think they mean just your favorite thing to do.
Oh, yeah, walking the trails, being out in the woods.
Yeah, she loves that. Every day. Every single day she takes the dogs.
Yeah, I really like it.
When is Hunter starting his firewood business?
Yeah?
We actually are going to start that. We have a lot of things going on, as I'm sure you know, but we need more dry firewood for bundled firewood, and we're going to focus a lot on that, and we'll build a big inventory. When we do stuff, I don't like to start selling bundled firewood and run out in 2 weeks. You know what I mean? So I prepare bigger, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? So we'll ease into it later this summer, but we'll have plenty for him to do over the winter and next summer. Yeah. I actually have a friend kind of going through this right now. He lives by a state park, and they start putting some firewood bundles out, and they're selling wood like crazy. Now they're trying to find wood and find dry wood, and it's a whole thing. So you don't want to sell people wood that's not dry and not good. We have a lot of wood that's dry and ready to go for this year in the IBC totes and that big pile down there. But for the bundled wood, we're going to do clean, bark-free wood. And some people ask why we do the bark-free. A lot of people come pick it up in the trunk of their car or whatever.
It can be messy.
And you know what we could start selling, though, and I think I'm going to do this soon, is like a BX bucket of wood. Well, we already do. But, quantify that and have a set price for it.
It fits in the trunk.
And that way people can send an email, come up, I'll be sitting here with a bucket of wood. And
I like that.
So many people around here are burning right now outdoors. It's unbelievable. It's what people do. They sit around in the evenings with their friends and family and have a fire. So it's a good thing.
Fun.
I answered that question for you. Quickly go through your day. When you get up, boom, boom, boom.
Okay. I get up at 4:20, and the class I take at the gym has moved from 5:30 to 5 a.m. And if anyone from the gym watches my videos, they will know I'm about 5 minutes late every day, which I'm a recovering late person, so this is not good. But after that, after the gym, I come home, do some things. Just like today, I mopped floors when I came home from the gym, and then get Hunter ready for his day. And he needs some assistance in the shower and dressing and his medicine. And then we have breakfast. And then we have chores. And Hunter wants to get all of this done. I know you asked about my day, but I'm Hunter's new day program since March. And so he wants to do everything and have it done before noon.
Yeah.
And then he wants to just be free the rest of the day. And that's fine, but why not leave it at 2 o'clock we do laundry? We have to hurry up and do everything before noon.
The morning's a lot of work. Including
changing into his pajamas. So we actually have him understand that just change into another set of shorts and shirt for pajamas.
And then
he's not running around in flannel pajamas or what his pajama pants at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Then what time do you go for your hikes?
We like to go earlier because it's cooler, but lately it's been so hot, we'll actually go later. And so that depends on the weather, it depends on the trails, which way we go. The dogs eat twice a day, so they eat when I get home from the gym. They were eating before I left the gym. And then they eat at 4 o'clock. And Archie's the one that has a little timer in his belly, so it goes off and he wants fed.
Then after you feed the dogs, you're getting ready for our dinner.
Our dinner, I have to also,
I get home.
Depending on the weather, that depends on what kind of video he's doing and if he needs my help or not.
Right.
And after that, I like to be ready to go to bed, meaning all my tasks and chores are done by 8 o'clock. I may not go to bed till 9:30, but I like to just, by 8 o'clock, I can answer comments or emails. And
here's another question for you. Why have you stopped chewing gum in your videos?
I love that question. Yeah, you know what? I
kind of wish you wouldn't. Some people, if you don't know the backstory on that, some people would get very mean if you chew gum on a video. I'd say just keep doing it. Do whatever you want. That goes for everybody. Do what you want.
I will admit, and you probably know this if you've seen Outdoors with the Morgans videos when I am chewing gum, I do get carried away.
So what? All right, so the last question is, and we kind of touched on this at the beginning of this video, is how did you and I meet?
Oh yeah, the pizza shop.
The pizza shop in town.
We didn't get a video of that coming back through.
Yeah, and yeah, that's where we met, and we started dating and got married, and we had Hunter, what, a year after we got married.
We got married in 91, and he was born in June of 92, so we, a year and a half.
And then Levi, not too.
They're 18 months apart.
And then there's a big gap between Eva and Hannah. Yeah. But yeah, we met in there. It's kind of neat. You know, her school is about, 12, 13 miles from here. Never met, but we did find out down the years later that we were at an auction. At that same auction, my dad was an auctioneer.
Yeah.
And there was a big estate auction. I mean, a big one, not far from her house. And anyway, one day we were driving by this place, and she brought up, I remember I went to an auction there when I was a kid. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. I said, I was working at that auction for my dad. And I would have been like 12, and you would have been like 9 or something at the time. But it was a huge estate auction. But yeah, we actually were at the same place way back then. And then, 9 years later, we met when you were working at the pizza shop.
Yep. So tonight we're going to have pizza.
I did good.
Yeah. It's been great. We were talking the other day. We had so many people when we were first married really just kind of be, I'll never make it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we've had some sparse years that, like, you know, financially it was.
Oh yeah, when we first got married, we didn't have, it was rough. I mean, it was and I was working out of town, working a ton of hours, but you're just spinning your wheels, you know. And then Hunter was diagnosed with autism, and she was home with, and it was rough there for a while, but it made us who we are today. If it's good or bad, I don't know, but
I know, right?
But it's definitely it molded us into who we are today.
So Hunter had a question.
Oh yeah, Hunter wanted to know when you're going to put a soda machine. He's smiling.
Can you hear him? He's sitting there with this rocking chair that's creaking. And
you know what? Maybe we could put a soda machine in the
garage.
And you know what? We're going to come up with a name for that. What we're going to build over there. I've heard hobby garage, dream garage. But it's going to have a gym and a game room in it. Barn-dominiums. Is that what they call it? Or barn-dominium?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I tell you what, if we did it all over again, I would consider building one of those metal homes.
Yeah,
I love them. Ginormous house. You know, you got they're all big spans across there. You can put your interior walls wherever you want. Tall ceilings. Do anything you want inside. And they make them look really nice on the outside. But if I was building a new house, I would seriously consider one of those.
Yeah,
I would
too. Yep. They're very nice. I've looked into plenty of them online. They look great.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, Mike, thanks so much for asking the questions and being my co-host today. I want to thank each and every one of you. It just is so incredible how kind you are and that you watch these videos and leave kind comments. So I just want to say thank you so much. I hope I don't disappoint. But we have some new things coming up, so look forward to that. Right now, I just want to say thanks again. So leave a comment if you'd like. Even if you have a question, leave a comment a question in the comments, and I'll get to it. And thanks so much. If you can click like and subscribe, and even that little bell, it's right beside the word subscribe. It'll give you notifications when Morgan's Off the Leash publish a video. So yeah, you'll know that one time a week there's a video coming. So, thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.